Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Shaysayss. 2S is not one. And we are not at Party 101.9 right now. We're not in the studio. We are in the iHeartradio building. You know, we are at Power 1051 because we had to come and talk to the orator, you know, the orator.
Ain't none greater.
The king of the Haitian Sensation Club.
That is definitely me.
Right? Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
Sac and all that good stuff.
And am I missing anything else? Board operator, host of the Sit Down.
Producer of the Angie Martinez show.
Right, producer. And my mentor as well. Emez.
Hey, Shay, 2S's, what's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. This is nice. It's
nice.
different me being on this side and you over there, but I enjoyed it.
I know. Is this your first interview or no?
It's my first in a couple, maybe a year or so.
Okay. I was hoping to be the first, but you know, sometimes you can't be the first of everything.
I'm not a virgin at this, I'm sorry.
All right, so how does it feel to be on the other side of an interview?
It's cool. I mean, I love to talk, so you're going to get some stuff out of me.
Got you. That's what I need. I need the tea. I need the scoop, you know, here on
About
Shaysayss.
me, yes, but you ain't going to get me to talk about nobody else. I see what you're trying to do. You ain't going to get no clicks off my name.
All right. So, I wanted to start off with, like, just your childhood. You know, I feel like I want to go all the way back into time.
Okay.
And talk about who you were before becoming Emez. All right? So, were you, like, a good child, a bad child? Let us know.
Have you met my son, Zach?
Yes.
That was me as a child. I was a charmer, but I also got into things because I was very curious. I wouldn't categorize me as bad. I would just say I was curious. I got into things like most little boys did.
Can I get an example?
Okay. So, like, I was very good with my hands and technical. So, like, remote controls for the TV, I would take apart and put back together.
Oh, so like a little engineer.
Sort of. You see where it landed me, you know?
Got you.
But things like that I did, and I didn't know I was doing anything wrong. I was just, you know, exploring my space. And then one day my mom got home a little earlier and saw the VCR on one side and the top, and she had a lot of questions for me. So that's when that stopped.
Okay. So did you ever fix it back?
Always. Oh, I always took it apart to fix it back. Always.
Oh, this is giving me like a Nipsey Hussle story right here.
Why?
Like how he said he used to fix computers.
Oh, I mean, it was very elementary for me at the time. So like,
Gotcha.
if a button didn't work, I would take the button, I would switch the button and figure out which went to which. But it wasn't like me putting back a whole motherboard.
Oh, okay.
Let's not put me in that Nipsey Hussle situation. No.
Okay, got you. All right. So what about grades? How were you in school?
It depends. There was a couple different parts of my schooling. I almost failed out of the first grade because I fought every day.
Oh wow! Why? Why?
Again, I was a little kid I was my mom's first. I did what I wanted. No one could tell me shit. So sharing, we wasn't doing that. No, we wasn't sharing. I wasn't nice to kids. Like I was low key a bully, but I was one of the smaller kids. But that's because my mom kind of coddled me.
Gotcha. Okay, so you were born in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Brooklyn?
Cumberland Hospital. I think that's in Flatbush.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know you was a Flatbushian.
I mean, all the Haitians are from Flatbush.
True. Okay, but you rep Jersey.
Hard.
You do. So, how has these locations affected your life and like your career?
My upbringing was good for me because I was around a lot of different type of people.
Mm-hmm.
Very young, I was around a lot of black people, Haitians and Caribbean people. As I got into like middle school and whatnot, more Hispanic people were in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I got into like high school, when I was more white people, so I got a chance to live in a lot of pockets, let's just say.
Okay, so why you rep Jersey harder than Brooklyn?
It's not where you're from; it's where you at.
Okay, that's a good answer.
And I'm not a perpetrator. I'm not a fraud. Like I could be yo Brooklyn nigga, Brooklyn. What album, Brooklyn? I was just born there. Nah, I'm not that guy. Nah, I love Brooklyn because that's where I was born. I rep where I was born, but I'm a Jersey guy through and through.
Got you. So did you go to college?
I went to a community college in Jersey, BCC, Bergen Community College, and I also went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, which brought me into the radio world.
Nice. Okay, I was gonna ask you how important is an education for your career?
Education is important in every field. I was a radio nerd. I wanted to know everything about radio. Who did what, how this got done, who pays what signed the check. So when I decided radio was what I wanted to do, I dove into radio. It was an obsession for me. And I think that hampers me now, because when I don't see somebody that's obsessed with radio the way I am, I don't feel like you want it the way I do. That's why I hold certain people to certain levels.
Okay.
That's why Shay's, cool. She has a passion that I can collaborate with.
Oh, I appreciate that. I don't
even though she tried to mess up my show earlier today. I give chances to people.
I was just about to say I don't get much compliments from M, but
You're doing your thing, Shay, and I'm very proud of you. Absolutely.
Oh, bless your heart. Appreciate it. So, how did you get to where you are now?
Today?
Yes, today.
Where do you want me to start? My first day at Power? My first day at Clear Channel?
No, I want to know your first, what launched your career?
What launched my career? Meeting Malik Penceal.
Okay.
I was doing promotions. At the time, promotions is just the guys that go and you see you know what promotions is.
Nah, I've done it before.
Yeah, so I was doing a promotion with her. We were at Green Acres Mall. Okay. I'll never forget the day. I bagged a bad chick that day too, by the way.
All right.
But
shout out to your wife, Jasmine.
Right, shout out to the wife, Jazz.
Before Jasmine, this was my wild days. It's not okay. It's not dating me now. So Malika was there, and at that point, I had been doing promotions for a little bit. I was like, I don't want to say the head because there was like corporate people that had, but out of the guys that went out on the street, people requested me for some stuff. Malika asked me what I wanted to do in my life, and I had, again, like being a radio nerd, she was on air. I was like, I want to be what you do one day. She saw the way I moved that day, and she was like, all right, listen, come to the station Monday, and we'll see if I can help you. That's what launched my career. That's one. Two, at the time, Ed Lover was doing mornings here.
Right.
His producer, Sarah O'Connor, grabbed me up, and I was doing phones for them and whatnot. And when they got rid of the Ed Lover morning show, she promised me, because she was like, yo, I love your energy, I love your talent. If I ever get in a position to put you on air, I'm going to put you on air. So my first on-air gig was in Philly, at Hot 107.9.
Got you. I saw you post a picture of that the other day.
Fly guy.
Yeah, okay. I was like, I look so young. Oh my gosh.
Baby.
What lotion do you use though? You look the same still a little bit.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
It's just the mustache that came in though.
There's no lotion. It's just black don't crack. I'm Haitian. We use berries and juices and stuff.
Got you. I like the sweater.
Black men are dope. We are. Especially in this climate. You need to know everyone's got a little melanin in them.
I agree.
Oh, don't you date black men?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's why I say I agree.
Okay, go ahead.
Look at you.
Don't make me turn this into an interview for you.
I know. I was like, I hope you don't switch this.
This is what I do. Okay? Go ahead.
So, you started off with the Breakfast Club here, right?
Edit that. Yeah. I did not start with the Breakfast Club here. No.
Okay, so how did you start at Power 105 or iHeartradio?
I was interning for Malik Penceal at the time. I was running her boards. They moved her to the mornings and brought Envy over. So when Envy came, I was running Envy's boards and doing the phones for Ed Lover show in the morning. So right. I was always in the building. I was always doing something.
So when Ed Lover left, it changed to the Breakfast Club, and you were working for them as well?
And that's why I will always have a debt to pay for DJ Envy. That's my guy to the end, because when they moved him, he goes, I'm not going if that means he's not coming with me.
Wow.
And I was like, my nigga, we out. So
okay.
When the Breakfast, so at the very beginning of the Breakfast Club, I can't tell you some of the stories because whatever, but I saw the whole thing transpire from Charlamagne walking in here having interviews, from trying to teach Angela the boards before, like I was a part of the Breakfast Club before the Breakfast Club was the Breakfast Club.
So how did you feel that it's been 9 years since they've been doing this?
I mean, fuck them niggas. They let me go. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will always have love for the Breakfast Club, but that part of my life was historic. Like, you can't talk about radio without speaking about the Breakfast Club in this day and age. And I was proud to be a part of that team and be a part of that historic run. And it's great to see them still running out here. Shout to Yee, shout to Envy, shout to Charlamagne, shout to the producers in the background, shout to Sasha that left, shout to Q that left. I love the Breakfast Club.
I saw they exposed you the other day.
Exposed me?
Yeah, they exposed you the other day on a phone interview when you was calling on the phone.
Yeah, I mean, that was a part of my life when I was young, dumb, and doing crazy stuff.
All right. So, you said that they let you go on the Breakfast Club. What happened with that?
At that time in my life, I had a son, and his mother had left. We had broken up. She left to Virginia. I was in kind of a deep depression. So I think I was self-destructing, to be honest with you. I've never really told anybody this that's looking, but I was in a bad place. Drinking, getting high every single day because part of my heart had left me. I'm not making an excuse for it, but that's what had happened. And my performance with the Breakfast Club had deteriorated. The day they had let me go is because Envy had said a curse word. And someone that's running the board, you're at the last line of defense. I should have dropped it. I take full responsibility for what happened. I don't blame anybody. I blame myself because, like I said, I was in a terrible place. But I've grown from there. Right. But that's what happened.
I mean, you did. You got your own show now.
No, I had my show before that.
Oh, really?
Oh, no. When the Breakfast Club happened, I was working 7 days a week. Easy Weekends was rocking. We was the #1 show on the weekends for a little bit. I was on Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah.
All right. So, let's talk about that. So, what is this down about, and why did you create this?
I got into radio to talk to people.
Okay.
People. Anybody that had the story that wanted to talk. So, it was like, let me create a platform to have people come talk to me. Because if you ever know me, people that have watched it that know me, when I was in college, we wouldn't go to class. We would sit in the student center, and I would ask wild boy stupid questions. And it's just kind of like what I do with the sit down. So I was unknowingly honing my skills back then.
Why did you decide to really, would you agree on that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I champion the underdogs and the people that don't have the big voices because I was one of those people. And I still feel I am. That's probably why I still do it to this day. There's a lot of dope artists and dope people doing dope things that people don't get a chance to hear and see and take advantage of. So right. I felt it was my duty as a civil servant to make sure I got their stories out. And when I was doing my live show, it was my tagline, I'm a beacon of light in this dark world. I'm just trying to help you shine. So that was kind of what I felt was going on in my life.
And I feel like it's needed too because you never know who's going to blow up either. And I know you have interviewed a lot of people who eventually blew up.
Absolutely.
Would you like to name a few?
I mean, you're going to see them on Love of Hip Hop this season, if we're going to name a few. Shout out to Janaski.
Okay.
Fresher. Who else have we really popped off? There's a lot. Vina Love.
Oh, yeah, Vina's
Hood Celebrity came. I don't want to say I take credit for it, but me and my team, we look for people that are on the cusp, and when we point them out, they usually do pop.
True. You had Cash Doll.
Cash Doll was on the show. Okay. Dream Doll before Dream Doll popped. Listen, we can go for days about this.
Right. So who was your favorite interview based on the people that have popped off?
My favorite interview? Oh, wow. I don't know if I can make it. Damn, I feel like I sound like Angie Martinez. That's crazy. Because she gets that question asked all the time, what is your favorite interview? And she tiptoes around it. And I'm like, come on, Angie, just give me an answer.
It's hard to choose.
But now that I'm getting asked the question, Angie, I'm sorry. I get it. I just would like T.I. T.I. was a good one. T.I. offered to pay for my flight and room board to come hang out with him in Atlanta.
Dope. Would you go?
I couldn't do it because I was doing Angie's show. You think Angie was just going to let me go?
Okay. You're right. That's a good excuse. You're
right. Bianca Bonney had like one of the most iconic freestyles on my show.
I did see that.
Jada Kiss, Jump Shot Jada as I call him. we could do this forever. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I have some memorable ones.
Right. So I feel like with the sit down, you also have this approach where you care for your audience. Like you said, you like to make your people happy. Mm-hmm. So why do you use that as your approach to reach out to the audience? Why do you feel like it's needed to mention like Emez loves you and Emez cares?
Because I think people don't hear that enough. Okay. You don't hear that enough. Whether it's from the people in your circle, whether it's your family, whether it's your boss, your coworkers, you don't hear the good job. I love you. Remember that, like, okay, so I had a friend when in high school. We weren't the closest of friends, but we were friends. And after graduation, a couple months, he hung himself because he had a problem with his girl. And I always wanted to be that friend that if you reached out, you'd be like, oh, nah, that was crazy. I would never have thought to do that. Like, I don't ever want any of my friends to feel like they can't reach out to me. And that shaped who I became because I always want, I don't call them fans, my listeners, my family, like, don't be afraid to reach out to me. I answer emails, I answer text messages, I answer DMs. And I think people need some positive reinforcement because now everyone wants to be negative. Everyone wants to be a troll. Everybody wants to be, and I'm just being cool.
Okay. And do you say this to like your family as well, like on a regular?
Oh, I compliment my wife every day. I want her to feel like we're getting deep.
Let's get deep. Let's go.
Niggas cheat, girls cheat, and I firmly believe, me personally, I'm a good person. The sex is great, but if she were to cheat on me, it's because I let her walk out of the house mad. So before she leaves or before I leave, I always let her know you're beautiful and I love you, and I married a queen. Don't ever forget that.
Do Haitian men cheat?
No black men cheat.
Okay.
Especially Haitians.
We're going with that movement. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So congrats on being a married man now and a father to a daughter.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What's the daughter's name?
Zariah.
Oh, Zariah. So sweet. So, how does it feel?
It's a little different.
Okay.
Because I had a son, and I love my son to death.
But don't you like that? Like, I always tell myself that if I do have kids, I want to have a son first and then a daughter.
Oh, no. I love that.
Okay.
Because my son is protective of his sister. He came when he was here this week for 2 weeks, and whenever she was crying, Daddy, yo. So there would be certain people that come and he was like, watch out, that's my sis. Hey, like, and I love watching him protect her because, like, that's what it's supposed to be. And I have a younger sister, and that's how I was. Like, nah, chill. So having a daughter and a son completes me, really. And he's my first, so he's my greatest creation. Mm-hmm. She's the love of my life. So there's never a competition between both because he's my greatest and she's my best.
You know, you got the answers.
That does this, Shay.
No, I'm like, I wish I got you in the beginning of your career. See how?
Oh no, that was nerves. There was nerves. It's 10 years in us. That's suave, baby.
So let's talk about the Angie Martinez show really quick.
Okay.
How is Angie, by the way, with the situation she's going through right now?
Angie's in good spirits. She's rehabbing her situation. She should be back soon. We all love Angie here, me especially. If it wasn't for Angie, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wholeheartedly believe. So I'm rocking with Angie to the end. But she's doing better.
Right. That's good to hear.
That's all I'm at liberty to say.
Okay, and that's good to hear, though.
Okay.
How did, like you said, you feel like if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have gotten the job you have today. Mm-hmm. How did you get this job with Angie Martinez?
I think it was before I even had this opportunity came. Years before, I had filled in for her producer at the time. First question I asked Angie was, "What time do you go to your stop sets?" I asked her radio questions, and she looked at me like, "No one's ever asked me that. What are you talking about?" I was like, "This is your show. You don't know what time you go to." She goes, "Nah, they didn't tell me that." From then, we had a very cordial relationship. It was like, hey, hop. After that, so when I did get let go from the Breakfast Club, she called me. And she goes, "I never forgot the energy you brought to my show that day. I feel like you're a professional and I want you on my show." Rest is history. All right. I ain't doing shit. They let me go. I'm on. What's up?
So how's the experience been, just working for her then?
Angie Martinez is a can I curse?
Yeah. I mean, you've been cursing anyways.
She's a fucking legend, bro. I used to... if she sees this, she's gonna feel it. I lost my virginity listening to Angie on the radio.
Okay.
Like that's how much I love Angie Martinez. Like she's the GOAT. She's the greatest. And to hear her tell me she wanted me on her show was everything to me. And I just hope that I've lived up to every expectation that she's had from me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you have, definitely.
I hope so. I love that girl, man.
Yeah. Okay. So,
you said how you bring light into the world, right? Mm-hmm. And you're for the positivity, not the negativity. So, you know, why are you looking to the side? Go ahead. So it's funny because I feel like I actually commented this on your post the other day when you were talking about the Spotify. Why are you the Grinch to all the trends or what's trending? Or do you feel like you are the Grinch?
I don't feel I'm the Grinch to what's trending. Okay. I feel like I'm the guy that no one wants to hear, but like, damn, he's right. You never, when I say it, y'all like, damn. But when you walk away, like, this nigga's fucking right. And I, like I said to my friend before, I never want my friends or my people, anyone that deals with me, to be like, damn, I wish somebody would have told me. Mm-hmm. You know. You know. Right. I don't play that. Listen, Shay, how your eyebrows not done? You walking in the station, come, go.
No, that's a fact. He's done that to me many times before.
This is what I do. And it's not coming from a negative place because I want to laugh at you. It's because, fam, comport yourself with a respect. So it's like, I want everybody to be on that level.
How did, like you said, you feel like if it wasn't for her, you wouldn't have gotten the job you have today. Mm-hmm. How did you get this job with Angie Martinez?
I think it was before I even had this opportunity came. Years before, I had filled in for her producer at the time. First question I asked Angie was, "What time do you go to your stop sets?" I asked her radio questions, and she looked at me like, "No one's ever asked me that. What are you talking about?" I was like, "This is your show. You don't know what time you go to." She goes, "Nah, they didn't tell me that." From then, we had a very cordial relationship. It was like, "Hey, hop." After that, so when I did get let go from the Breakfast Club, she called me and she goes, "I never forgot the energy you brought to my show that day. I feel like you're a professional and I want you on my show." All right, I ain't doing shit. They let me go. I'm on. What's up?
So how's the experience been, just working for her then?
Angie Martinez is a can I curse?
Yeah, I mean you've been cursing anyways.
She's a fucking legend, bro. I used to. If she sees this, she's gonna feel it. I lost my virginity listening to Angie on the radio.
Okay.
That's how much I love Angie Martinez. She's the GOAT. She's the greatest, and to hear her tell me she wanted me on her show was everything to me. And I just hope that I've lived up to every expectation that she's had from me.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you have, definitely.
I hope so. I love that girl, man.
Yeah. Okay. So,
you said how you bring light into the world, right? Mm-hmm. And you're for the positivity, not the negativity. So, you know, why are you looking to the side? Go ahead. So it's funny because I feel like I actually commented this on your post the other day when you were talking about the Spotify. Why are you the Grinch to all the trends or what's trending? Or do you feel like you are the Grinch?
I don't feel I'm the Grinch to what's trending. Okay. I feel like I'm the guy that no one wants to hear, but damn, he's right. You never, when I say it, y'all like, damn. But when you walk away, this nigga's fucking right. And I, like I said to my friend before, I never want my friends or my people, anyone that deals with me, to be like, damn, I wish somebody would have told me. Mm-hmm. You know. You know. Right. I don't play that. Listen, Shay, how your eyebrows not done? You walking in the station, come, go. No,
that's a fact. He's done that to me many times before.
This is what I do. And it's not coming from a negative place because I want to laugh at you. It's because, fam, comport yourself with a respect. So it's like, I want everybody to be on that level.
Okay.
She tried to get at me. You see this?
I wasn't trying to get at you. I wanted to know, you know?
You know this.
I wanted to know.
Stop.
Listen, because every time, I literally just saw the Spotify things trending. And as soon as I see it, I see your post. And I'm like, dang, can people,
okay, do you care about it? Do you care? Do you care?
Okay, I do.
Do you?
Okay.
No, you don't. Don't lie.
Wait. I can't even talk. I'm interested in looking at artists and seeing their stats, okay?
What does that stat do for you? Does that make you listen to him because he's got 3.5 million in 39 countries? No one cares. Give me hot joints and that's it. Keep the stats to yourself, bro.
Okay. All right, great.
I'm getting emotional. I'm not a great.
So I want to know what is next because I saw you had a mukbang.
Oh yes.
Right. Is there another video coming out?
Okay. Well, shout out to Christy. She always gets on me for not doing another mukbang. The mukbang is an amazing situation, but my daughter came in the midst of the whole thing. Right. So what would I look like leaving my wife to go take care of a door while I'm doing that? So, but the mukbang will be coming back for 2020. I've got some great ideas. My live show will be coming back in 2020. We're trying to get spots for that.
Nice.
The sit down still gonna be lit. Angie Martinez still gonna be lit. Like 2020 gonna be something serious. Okay. I can't tell you everything, and it feels good to say that because everybody tells me,
I know.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm in the show. I can't tell you. So it feels good to be like, I got some things and I can't tell you. That's what's gonna happen.
Yo, I can't wait. All right, so can you drop your social handles for everyone?
It's at I am Easy. Most people think Easy is MEASY. No, that's corny. No, EMEZ Easy. It's at I am Easy. I'll spell it for you one more again, all right? Because it should be on the bottom. Anyways, IAMEM, the letter E, the letter Z. Make sure you follow Shay too.
Of course. Where can they follow me, Em?
Shay, 2 S's.
And Shaysayss, 2 S's.
I was close.
Okay. Thank you so much for sitting down with me, Em. I really appreciate it.
Can I ask some questions now?
Plug.
Oh, gosh.
What did you learn from being with Easy all this time? Was Easy a good influence on you?
What did I learn? I mean, obviously, if I said mentor in the beginning of this interview.
Okay. What did you learn from your mentor?
But I've learned, how to not give up. I've learned to really hustle, even when people are sleeping on you. That's what I've learned.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I've been learning the boards, so catch me here one day.
No, don't. No. You could have left it at that.
What you mean?
Shanice, I appreciate you. And like I said before,
you can't be saying my government. It's Shay.
You made me say my government.
I mean, you kind of talked it out.
Shay, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing. You're someone, like I said to you before, that works hard. You have a bright future ahead of you. Don't forget where you came from. And if I ever need a job, you better give me that.
I got you.
Lies.com.
I'm serious. I'm about to be CEO one day, I got you.
So what's on the horizon for you?
So thank you so much for sitting down. 2 S's, not 1. Trying to put this like it's not his interview,
That's what I do.
Thank you so much again, Em. I really appreciate it. Guys, this was Shaysayss, 2 S's, not 1. You can catch us on Power1051 and the iHeartradio app every Sunday, 7 to 9 p.m. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Shaysayss, 2 S's, not 1. Follow on Instagram as well, Twitter, and the whole 9.